Hey, what's up guys? Ryan here from ExtremeTerrain, and today I'm here with the RedRock 4x4 3-inch bull bar with skid plate in gloss black, fitting your 2018 and up Jeep Wrangler JL. This is going to be for the JL owner that is looking to maintain that factory front end look while adding some additional protection where it's needed. It's a great way to change up the look of your Jeep while adding some functionality, and it's a more affordable option than swapping out your whole bumper. Now, going with a bull bar setup is going to allow you to keep that factory front bumper, your fog lights, the whole wiring setup, while adding some protection up front. This bull bar is made of 3-inch stainless steel, and the whole thing is coated in a gloss black powder coating. So this is going to give you maximum protection for a long-lasting item. This bull bar has a skid plate underneath, which is going to provide some underneath protection. This also has light tabs up top so you can mount some additional lighting. This bull bar is very easy to install. It comes with brand new brackets and hardware to install, and it utilizes factory mounting points, so there's no drilling or modification required to get this thing installed. Adding a bull bar is a much cheaper option than swapping out your whole entire bumper. It's also a lot easier of a process, and it's going to upgrade that off-roading look of your Jeep ever so slightly. Currently, this bull bar is coming in right around at $210, making it a very reasonably priced item, especially when compared to other options, considering that you're getting a stainless steel bull bar and also that additional protection of the powder coating. As far as installation goes, I'm going to give this a very easy 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, as you can expect to get this thing installed in about an hour just using basic hand tools. Now, with that being said, let's hop into the install. Tools required for this install: 3/8 drive impact, 8mm socket, 13mm socket, 16mm socket, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, flathead screwdriver. So the nice thing about this bull bar is it is a completely bolt-on installation. It utilizes our frame rails, which it bolts to, and since our frame rails are covered up by this plastic splash shield, we need to get this splash shield off. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. You can do this installation on the ground, or you can do it on a lift like we're doing it. We're gonna do it on a lift because it's gonna be a lot easier for me to get up in here and a lot easier for you to see exactly what I'm doing. So we're gonna start with this. You have a series of push pins running across the top of this. That's gonna take care of the front, and then on the back, we're gonna have a screw on both sides. So we're gonna start with these push pins, and you can use a flathead screwdriver to pull these out. We're just gonna pry out the center, then we can remove them. So what we're gonna do is just get in between this top section and this bottom section and just pry that center out. After that, we can get underneath of it and pull it completely out. We'll just go across, we'll get all of these out, then we'll work on getting those screws out. So to take these screws out, next thing we're gonna do is take these screws out. We're gonna use an 8mm socket to get both of those out, and we can get the splash shield off. So we get this last screw off, then we can take this splash shield off and ditch it because we're not gonna reuse it. So once you get the splash shield off, the next thing we're gonna do is take this bracket off. You're gonna have a bolt over here and a bolt over here. Use a 16mm socket, get both those bolts out, smack it up in the air, get it off. So we'll get both of those bolts out. It has these tabs here holding it on, so let's go up in the air with it, then we can take that off. We're not gonna put this back on either, so you can chuck it. So now that we have access to our frame rail, the first thing we're gonna do is install some hardware. This hardware is gonna give us a point to attach our brackets to. So we have these bolt plates with a nut welder on the back side, and what we're gonna do is slide these up into the frame rail. The bolt head is gonna stick out here, and the nut's gonna wind up here. Now to keep all of this in place, we have this little plastic retainer, so we're gonna wind up slipping that on the bolt after we get it up and in. We're gonna go up to the bottom of the frame, and we're gonna try to get this bolt head to stick out. After that, press this little plastic retainer on there, and then we can mount our bracket onto here. So now we have this installed, the next thing we're gonna do is install our mount. Now these are marked passenger and driver, so we're gonna pick our passenger side, obviously, and we're going to lay this up and over that bolt. And once we get that on there, we're gonna take our M8 hardware. So we're gonna do a flat washer on here, a lock washer, and then a nut. That's gonna take care of that stud that we have sticking out. So we're gonna take one of our M8 bolts, and we're gonna put a lock washer, a flat washer on that. Then we're gonna go up through here, line that welded nut up with the hole, and then we'll install this bolt. All right, then we can do the same thing on the other side. So now that we have our brackets installed, the next thing we're gonna do is install our bull bar. So you wanna get that leftover hardware ready. You also wanna grab a friend for when you get this up, they can hold it, help you get that hardware installed. So as far as this hardware goes, you're gonna use the M6 hardware. It's gonna get a lock washer and a flat washer on it, just like those other bolts. And there's gonna be 2 per side, so you need a total of 4. Just go through the bracket into the bull bar, and then you can thread those in. Once we get all this hardware installed, we'll go around and tighten everything up. So once you get all that hardware, we're gonna go around and tighten everything up. For these bolts on the back of this bull bar, we're gonna use a 13mm socket, and for the nuts and the bolts going to the frame rail, we're gonna use a 16mm socket. There's a ton of adjustability in this from side to side, up to down, so just get it where you like it and then tighten everything up. So we're gonna push this bull bar up to sit where we want it to sit, and then after we do that, we're gonna tighten up these side bolts. And we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. So that's going to wrap up my review and install. For more videos and products like this, check us out at ExtremeTerrain.com.